You're watching HuffPost Live. I'm Alex Miranda. YouTube fanatics know them on their own as Dan Is Not on Fire and Amazing Phil. And together as Dan and Phil Games, now the internet stars Dan Howell and Phil Lester have a new co-creation, the book, The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire, which takes a look inside the world of Dan and Phil. And I am thrilled that they're joining me now. The title for this book is so clever. I love it. It's a perfect combination of both of your identities.
Literally, it's the combination of both of our
just
identities.
like, take those two names, smash them together.
And book added in.
Yeah, that's all it was.
So, a book. It is basically the opposite of the internet in many ways. You can hold it. It's a heavy one.
It's a real thing.
Mm-hmm. This is chock full of a lot of information about you guys.
Thank you.
So, you say in the book that the reason why you wanted to write it was because the internet may be deleted one day.
You never know.
Or, right, a meteor could destroy the Earth. You never know about these.
No.
Yes.
Aside from those reasons, why the book?
Well, it was a fun creative challenge, wasn't it? I mean, going from, self-producing videos in your apartment, which is us, and we've done a few things like radio shows and things on stage. A book was something that we'd never tried before. We were excited for that. But as you said, there is something about it being a physical object that's different from the internet. We wanted something that would last, really, because what we've been through together over these years, the whole story of Dan and Phil and our followers out there on the internet that have supported us, we wanted to make the book to give them a physical object that could be, hey, you know what, meteor strike could happen, internet could be deleted, but at the end of the day, you'll still have this book to remember the good times. Yeah.
And there's so many stories we wanted to tell as well, like awkward university stories, high school life, and just things people could relate to, but then also moving into YouTube, how it all happened, and then actual advice for how to be a YouTuber for other people as well.
Right, and I think a lot of people who are going to pick up this book probably want to know because you two are some of the most successful YouTubers, period. So what would you say are like the 3 best tips for people getting into the game today? Because it's different than what it was before.
Yeah, I mean,
different.
Before it was just like set up a webcam in your bedroom and just talk about anything you want, and then you didn't know if anyone was going to start watching it. But now, I'd say my advice would be to make something you would want to watch yourself. Like, just make something you would enjoy, so then like, you'll look like you'll enjoy doing it.
Don't think about what can I do to be big. Think about what do I care about? What am I passionate about? Are you a cook? Are you a vlogger? A sketch comedian? A filmmaker? About pandas? Honestly, whatever your passion is, and if you want to get on YouTube, that's what you should follow.
What should you not do, though?
What you should, I think you should plan it a little bit in your head before you switch the camera on.
Most people's first video blog is, hi, so don't really know what I'm saying, just kind of talking right now, which was literally Phil's first video.
Yeah, and I think...
I know, I watched
that was my first video.
The webcam was black and white.
It was. So it's
technology was tragic.
It's always worth having and also have a play with some editing software as well, and cut out all the bits where you're like, which is what I didn't do in my first video.
The quality of content has come so far in the last 5 years.
In your first video, you actually say that you always wanted to start shooting videos, but you didn't have the confidence to do it. So looking back on that video, which was
oh god,
it's there now.
No, don't do this to me. Oh god, that
so
annotation.
Looking back on this, what do you think when you see yourself back in what year was this?
That was 2009 that started, way back when, and that's just crazy. It is funny because for years I was just a fan that watched YouTube videos. I just loved the YouTube community. I was obsessed with spending all my time on YouTube, but I never felt like I could do it. I was like, no, there's all these big YouTubers like Charlie is so cool, like, and even this amazing Phil guy, they're YouTubers that have this big audience. I don't think I could ever do it. And then one day, I jumped in, I tried it, and it worked out. So anyone out there that's, it's the old cheesy thing, is, don't be afraid, follow your dreams, because, even if it flops, you might try and it works out. That's worth going for.
I mean, that was better than my first video.
I will say
it was.
Was it? I don't know.
Editing.
Yours was less embarrassing, though. Yours was less embarrassing.
Oh my gosh,
check that out.
Oh no, I look like a fetus.
Much like people that kind of like move to LA and start to get California accents. Phil's voice is now very London sounding, but in this video, he sounds like the northern people.
If you watch Game of Thrones, I sound like one of the Starks, definitely.
The wildlings north of the wall, that's Phil's family.
Yes, but the followers and the subscribers, I want to say describers, the subscribers love you anyway, and we have a recorded question from one of them, Fancy Lions. Take a look.
Nice. Amazing.
Hi, Dan and Phil. How was it like writing the book? Did you have fun, and was it kind of complicated?
Complicated?
Yeah, it was really complicated. Like, we had so many ideas was the problem. I think we had about 400 different ideas.
We had 3 books worth of ideas what we wanted to go in.
Yeah, so to have to compact that all into a book, and it was like, I wanted to say murdering my pets. It wasn't like murdering my
What
pets.
do they say?
but-
Kill your darlings.
Yeah.
That's the phrase, isn't it? You know?
That's the
you can only
phrase.
fit so much in the book. It was struggling to let go, wasn't it?
So yeah, just to get it all together, and then we were actually sat in the same apartment but in different rooms on Skype to each other. Like
we had a system.
We had a system.
Phil was in the office. I was in
So
the
I was like,
bedroom.
I'm writing this bit.
and we
Dan's
had
writing this bit.
I had like a FaceTime open on a tablet, and I was just like, Phil, make me a coffee while I was sat there typing. That was our lives
That's
for 2
so
months.
internet of you.
It is.
It was, yeah. But something else we do is we just record conversations that we'd have, and then we could just transcribe like the funny parts from that as well.
But it's also, it's not set up just so people can like, tell and see. I mean, it's not set up like a normal book. I mean, it's,
No.
it's every page is something different. Like, take a look at this. It's like illustrations, then
Yeah.
it's something else. I mean, it's just, and then it'll be like a typical, actual,
like actual
book page
text.
with just text. So the time and effort that must have gone into just figuring out each
Yeah, I
page.
mean, honestly, because we suggested, we worked with an incredible designer called Dave Brown, who worked for a comedy duo called The Mighty Boosh, and he was incredible. Like, the book is beautiful, as I'm sure you can see. It's a work of art, but we had to come up with not just the words that were going in them and the ideas for what we wanted to write about, but also what the pages would look
What
like.
would it all look like?
It got to a
What's gonna
point where
happen?
we'd finished all the writing, and we were like, so there we go, we've written the book, and we were like, oh, now we have to
we've gotta-
design the book. Oh my gosh.
all this stuff gonna
Why did
be?
we make it all color?
So I asked my mum to like go through the attic and look through all the stuff from my childhood and see if there's anything funny. She actually found my teenage diary, which
Can't believe
is
you put
now
that in
in
the
the book
book.
as well.
That's
I was like,
mortifying.
should I do anything with this? I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put it in the book.
So is there anywhere that you specifically did not want to go to? Because you actually do talk about a lot of things, a lot of embarrassing, not so embarrassing things also.
I think,
so where was the cutoff?
Well, I think the thing is with YouTube is that, and social media, a lot of people say with Instagram and stuff, there's this pressure to kind of make your life look perfect and to only talk about the good things, share the successes, this, that, and the other, and that can make you go a bit crazy. But I think what YouTubers have shown is that if you actually open up about your insecurities and your flaws and just, admit even the funny, terrible anecdotes of horrific things that happen to you, people like that. It's refreshing and it's honest for someone to say, here are the things I worry about, or here's something really terrible that happened to me in high school. I'm going to put it in a book for you all to laugh at.
I'd quite like people to learn from my mistakes as well and be like, wow, Phil
Oh
did
my
that
God, that's
in university.
important. I'm like, I made so many mistakes. Just don't do this.
There we go.
Well, I want to get back to the HuffPost Live community. Kira has a question about working on videos.
Hello.
Hey, Kira.
Hi,
Hi,
Kira.
Phil and Phil.
Hello. Hi. Nice flower crown.
Thanks. First off, I just wanted to say your videos inspire me a lot, and I met
thank
one of
you.
my best friends through you both, and I never really got to say thank you for being so wonderful. So thanks for that.
Thank you.
And my question to you is, what is one of the hardest or longest videos you've had to edit, and how did you stay motivated while doing so?
Ooh, that is a good
Wow.
question. First of all, I'm so happy that you've made a friend through our videos. That's one of the things that
That's one of the
makes
nicest things.
me
we can
feel the
hear.
happiest if someone's like, I made friends or I got more confidence through watching the videos. I'm like, oh, that's I'm doing something right. That's good.
Even if I think I'm terrible, that's something good's happened.
We both made a video called The Tour of Our Brains, which is one that I
Sweet
started.
Jesus.
And
Yeah.
that was a really intense video process because it involved a lot of editing and post-production. And it was basically taking a tour of what's inside my mind.
Using an actual
Using an actual cardboard brain.
Neither of us are artistic or that handy, so actually crafting a cardboard brain was impressive. But then the idea of actually editing it together, it was like a marvel. I spent like 3 weeks making it.
It was all on
Oh my
green
God.
screen as well, and we also made the promo for the book as well. Which
Yes,
that was a
we
big
decided
deal.
to release our book in kind of like a Beyonce style, but just going, you haven't heard about this. Surprise! We've made
Here
a
it
book
is. Yeah.
with an amazing trailer that we worked on with a proper film production company, and we spent months working on that video.
Yeah, we did.
Anyway, but it's, when we see it at the end of the day and people say that they love and appreciate it, we get satisfaction as well from making things.
And then,
that take a
Phil,
long
you
time.
get your ideas from the shower,
I just-
right?
that is the thing. I
As
know.
do I. So tell
Why
me,
is it such a good
why
place?
is it that happens?
I don't know. I think it's a time when you're just like switching off your mind and not really thinking about
Mindfulness,
anything.
just scrubbing yourself.
Just it's nice and warm, and then you're just like, oh, where did that come from? I don't know how that happened.
It lets
but,
the mind wander while you're nice and warm.
Yeah,
I
it
think
does.
That's what it is.
That's
Dan,
it.
how does it work for you? Where do you get yours?
Oh my gosh, I just like lie face down on the carpet thinking about life and then go, wait, I need to turn this into something 3 minutes long and relatable.
There you
And
go.
then after like a week of worrying about it, maybe there's a video at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, a lot of it also comes from actual real life experiences, doesn't it?
Yeah, everything is inspired by I mean, some of my videos I've planned for weeks. Some of them I wake up on the day that they happen and I'm inspired to make them then. Like I made a video ranting about spoilers recently. recently on my channel, and it was one of those videos where I woke up and someone tried to link me to like the Mockingjay trailer, and I was like, I don't want to see what happened.
Spoilers.
You know what? I'm going to make a video talking about spoilers, and I filmed the entire thing in one day. So inspiration can just come and go, can't control it.
Yeah. Well, now you're here in America, in New York. What's going to be the video that now you've come to mind with after today you've been gallivanting across the city?
Yeah.
So what will be the next thing?
I don't know. Well, so far it could be about my waffle addiction because the first thing
You don't understand. Phil has a problem.
I do. I've got
he has a
problem.
real problem. Intervention.
Got to the hotel, got the biggest waffle I could find.
It was
all
bigger
the
than
maple
Phil's
syrup.
head.
It was.
So large.
Yeah. So I was saying that my blood is now maple syrup instead of blood.
Phil uses anything as an excuse to have waffles.
Yeah.
Which maybe is how we should all be living our lives, to be honest. You know, less
true. It's a good way
self-control,
to
more
live.
waffles.
So maybe that. Yeah. Or maybe a donut tour of New York. I'd like to film that.
Yeah,
if
that's the next
possible.
Dan and
You
Phil
should
video.
do that. That's actually a great thing. Well, Amy Allen also has a question about the intent of your guys' videos. Take a look.
Right.
Hi Dan, hi Phil. So I've been subscribed to you both since around 2011 and watching you probably since 2013. Over the last couple of years, I've been suffering from depression, and last year in particular was really hard for me. Fortunately, your videos in particular have helped me greatly whenever I'm down and upset and I'm actually falling into recovery. My question for you is, how do you both feel knowing that your videos actually help people, and was it ever your intention to do so?
Oh, well, thank you, Amy.
That means.
Firstly,
a lot.
it's very important to hear that you're doing better.
Yes.
I mean, that's one of the best
Definitely.
things we can hear.
At the start, it wasn't really the intention.
It's never an intention. I mean, no one that started
do
YouTube
that.
intended for literally any of it to happen.
Yeah, but I just think if it does help people in that way, then that's just a fantastic thing, and I think it's something we should just keep doing.
Because
and just
even
keep
by
making these videos.
being entertaining, you can lighten up someone's day. But then when we hear that, by sharing, our insecurities and things that we worry about, and saying that it's, it's okay to not be cool like all the people in high school that, you think you feel too much pressure to stand up to, we kind of realize that no matter, how average any of these people on the internet might feel about themselves as YouTubers, just by saying things that other people can relate to, you can have a real kind of positive effect on people out there.
Yeah,
and that's really good.
The message I'm trying to put out there is it's okay to be a little bit weird. I mean, you don't have to be perfect like the
Exactly.
people
Like
you
weird
do.
is the new cool, though.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
It is,
so.
yeah. I think that times are improving. Like, oh my gosh, like surviving high school was probably slightly easier now than it was 5 years ago. It's still traumatic. But like we said from the last person that asked a question, that found a friend through watching our videos, that's what it's all about,
Well, that goes to this idea that I think is so amazing about YouTube and internet stars it's like this community that forms around you that you would have never, and then these people become friends with each other with the shared interests of the two of you guys. I mean, when you really think about that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We've got
It's amazing.
Yeah, so many people tweeting us on Tumblr and stuff, and they've all got their own little community, or it's not even a little community anymore. It's so big.
Massive.
Yeah, it's massive, and that's just.
It's wonderful.
It's
very
so
appreciative.
nice to see. Yeah,
It's incredible. We also have your fans chiming in on Periscope, and one of the questions is, what are some of your personal favorite YouTubers to watch?
Ooh, well, we've got all of our friends. Oh my gosh, do we have to name drop everybody?
to name drop all of our
We're
friends.
going to be
We're
crossed off
friends with all the
so
YouTubers
many
now.
Christmas lists now. I mean, it's the thing that you said, though, is that it's a big community. And the thing is, like, the whole YouTuber community is a big community. So it's kind of weird. I suppose you don't have this in that many other entertainment, like, circles in a way. But all the YouTubers
are friends.
We see each other all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I was always a fan of Natalie Tran, Community Channel.
Yeah, she was
from
great.
Australia. She was hilarious. Smosh, I started watching Smosh before I even made
Smosh,
videos,
they were
and
one of
they're
the first
still
channels
at it.
I watched back in the day. Yeah, wow, they were the pioneers of YouTube. And they're still
What's
going
crazy to
strong.
me is we're going to be in one of their videos coming up, I think, this week. So if you told
I
Phil
used
of
to
the
buy
past,
Smosh merchandise, yeah.
You had Smosh merchandise,
did.
and we're going to be in their videos, so that's a thing as well. Yeah, but there's so many good creators out there now.
It's like we have a friend called Paper Lilies, and even Phil was one of the people that inspired me to start watching videos back in the day, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
So, it's good.
You know what? I want to bring something up, though, because I've been hearing more and more about this as of late, where the internet and the internet stars are starting to act a little bit like Hollywood was back in the day, with friendships and relationships that are quite convenient to branding. Right? Is it? And I want to know, because you guys are in the center of this. Is it true?
I don't go outside. Like, I collaborate. I never collaborate with anyone. It's called collaborating, where you do. And the thing is, like, you can look at it like, look at them. They're just trying to like share the audience. But like, honestly, people on the internet probably don't have that many friends. Everyone is actually friends, all these people that make videos together, especially all the vloggers. It is like a big family of people.
I was about to say Dan's really an actor, and I don't even know who he is.
No, yeah, this is all
It's not
stage.
real.
Yeah. We're owned by like
business real.
CBS or something. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, Holly has a question about working with each other, speaking of which.
Okay.
Hi, Dan and Phil.
Hello.
It
Hi.
was amazing seeing you on like my laptop for 6 years.
Thank you. Sorry for the
My
procrastination.
question for you is, if you have creative differences, how do you handle them?
Oh,
Fist fights.
Yeah, we fight to the death. It's like the Hunger Games in our house. No, I think we always just talk. If we have actually very different opinions on loads of things.
Yeah.
So we'll just talk it out and say, how do you think this would work? And then we'll usually come to some kind of
always come
compromise.
to some kind of compromise, but we
Yeah.
always think that like it's a good compromise where there's probably are flaws in what I see and flaws in what Phil see, and usually we just kind of pick away the things that are good and we meet with the best thing in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always show Phil my videos before and I'm like, this is a great video. Tell me this is a great video. And Phil's like, that minute is boring. You need
Cut
to
it
edit
out.
it out. And I'm like,
It's good to be brutal.
how could
my
you
heart.
do that to me? Stamp.
It's
But
good
it's
to be
important.
brutal.
You know, it's good to
Yeah.
have a friend that can be there to help you.
So if we do hit a wall, the best thing is just a Mario Kart race.
Yeah, nothing
I mean,
works out tension
nothing
than
works
just
out
like
better
a
than-
slam down on a game.
Yeah, Mario Kart Smackdown.
We also have a recorded video question from Priscilla and Bruna. Take a look.
Hi, we're Priscilla and Bruna, and we're from Brazil.
And we are roommates like you.
And for a couple of years ago, we saw the I Am a Mess Then video, and we would like to ask you.
How do you clean up your house? Like both of you together or not? Because we are such a mess.
We have dishes to do. We
All those stuff. And it's so hard. So we really want to know, how do you clean it?
yes, tell us, please.
Wow.
I mean, during the writing of the book, it got bad.
It was-
I'm not
it was
gonna-
bad.
It got so bad. I was
Work
just,
together and live together.
Yeah, that is
pizza
hard.
boxes.
Yeah, I mean, Dan's got this problem where if he sees anything, like a piece of paper, it could be my passport, he'll just like drop it behind a drawer.
if I'm like
hide it.
overwhelmed, I'm like, I can't deal with you right now, so I'm gonna like do this, and now you don't exist. Problem solved. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay. Like the whole house is actually quite clean, but then you go in my room and it is like my wardrobe
Apocalypse
has
now.
exploded everywhere.
It's incredible.
So that's
Yeah.
the problem. I don't think we can help you with cleaning.
Phil leaves his socks on like the table in our living room. That is the number one
Oh, God.
thing.
I
I'm
do
like-
that too.
I
Yeah.
come in and I'm like, I've had a long day. I've just, I've had enough. I just need to, have a moment. And there's socks on the table.
Sometimes your feet get hot.
It's one of the things, and I'm like, Phil, I just can't right now. Like, sort this out. Stop leaving your socks on the table.
How
Real drama.
has the friendship and the professional collaboration
Yeah.
evolved though throughout the years? Because now you guys do live together.
Yeah.
It must have changed, and you guys are getting older too. So
Yeah.
how would you describe that evolution?
I mean, it's just fun. We have all the similar interests, which is so important for roommates, because you can't have someone like blaring out episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer at 2 a.m. when the other person isn't interested.
But Dan is
Thank
interested.
God I am, and that's good. And I think that we've gotten better at being entertaining over the years as well.
I think
It's-
so.
It's good to spend so much time, because I mean, being ourselves and entertaining just requires us to kind of be stupid, and we do so much of that.
Yeah, and it's-
in a way, day to day.
It's just quite a learning curve as well, because always working with someone is going to be quite a challenge. But I think we're both quite good at it.
So
which
many
is good.
incidents that it's
Yeah.
important to keep our lives like a sitcom, so we never run out of material. I
This
think.
is very
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
Honestly,
Yeah.
our lives are a joke, and that's the point.
That is
But now it's resulted in a book. I mean, you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
obviously many things right. Kringle is writing into us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find your market, or did your market find you? Did you sell it, or was it whisper, if you build it, they will come? How do you think the order of this has
I love like market as if we had any plan
no
at all.
idea.
Like people on the internet, like back before social media really boomed with like Twitter and Tumblr,
Yeah.
it was literally just YouTubers, like were just creative people making whatever they wanted to make it to just send it to their families and friends. And it was
Yes.
really only like once the YouTube community built up over the years and websites like Twitter and Tumblr came into existence that any sort of audience really started to exist for anyone. So it's just for all the people that are kind of like the big YouTubers now, they were just making what they wanted to make. And the
Yeah.
people that found it interesting, came along and watched it.
Yeah.
I think so. It's that
So I
one.
think they just found us.
They found us.
Yeah.
You were saying that the YouTubers are often legitimately close friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever find any competition between them?
Ooh, it's always.
Or
just
is it like an inspiring
It's inspiring.
competition?
Yeah, I mean, you look at someone and they got like 20 million views on a video, and you'd be like, wow.
It's crippling for your self-esteem.
How did that
I mean,
happen?
I'm sure like any mental health expert would say it's terrible to be like statistically compared to all of your friends
Yeah.
all the time. But as we said, like it's inspiring, and because you're all friends and everyone helps each other out, it's like someone else's success ends up being your success at all. And people always, what do they say, team internet?
Team internet.
Really, it's like the more success for one person, it helps everybody. And
Yeah.
thankfully, it's a really great situation to
But
be
you're
in.
already, I wouldn't say moving past the internet, because clearly this is the career that you guys have started and
Yeah.
are really building upon.
Yeah.
But somebody on Periscope wants to know, what do you want to do after YouTube? So maybe what do you want to do in addition to YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, we've just been on tour throughout the UK with a full stage
We did a
production
stage
tour.
show, like a proper theatrical production.
And we've done 24 of those shows, so we'd love to bring that to the US, and we'd also
Yeah.
love to take it worldwide as well.
Because
that was
obviously
really fun.
YouTube is worldwide, you know.
Yeah.
We're British, but obviously we have a big American audience, and we've made this amazing stage show, and we've had just the time of our lives
We have.
meeting all our audience in the UK. So our immediate next goal is let's try and take this show to as many places as we can around the world.
Yeah, and it's so different from just making a video in your bedroom to having an actual audience that are reacting live. It's just such a different
It's
beast.
been wonderful. But yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
YouTube's going anywhere, 'cause
No.
nobody has any idea what's happening.
Who knows?
Because YouTube is brand new. The rules are being written as it goes along. No one has any idea what's happening, so I'm just going with the flow.
We're the test subjects. We'll see what happens to us.
Would you guys ever consider a move to the States?
Oof. I keep saying oof. What is that my new
Oof,
noise?
That's a good news. It's like, damn, meaty
Damn, yeah.
question. Yeah, that was a good one.
I love New York, actually. It's slightly Londony, so I don't feel like it's too foreign.
Are you more New York than LA?
I think I am. But all the YouTubers are in LA.
Are in LA, so you have to go. It's like everyone we know is like, I didn't want to move from New York to LA, but I had to, and now I'm really sad. But I don't know. I mean, the thing is with the internet is you could live in Antarctica and
Right.
still be a YouTuber, and I think
There's
that's,
a channel
that's
for you.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Dan versus
you would
Polar
vlog
Bears.
with penguins. Yeah.
You can still shoot the video.
That hasn't
yeah.
happened yet, so I think that's the thing. You could live wherever you want, which
Yeah.
is the joy of being able to.
Yeah,
create
but
stuff
no, I don't
online.
think I'd leave London anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd miss my mum too much.
Oh.
This is true.
It's true.
And we were talking about what you would do past YouTube, but you guys were already on BBC One Radio. What is the difference? You talk about this in the book,
yeah.
and especially in the lovely experience you had with One Direction, which
Oh
was a
my
hilarious story
gosh.
to read.
That was
but-
one of the first interviews we ever did, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We had no experience.
We were told the day before you're going to meet One Direction tomorrow, and we were in a car like trying to write questions. I was getting really travel
Still
sick.
has really bad travel
Yeah, I
sickness.
was like, am I going to throw up all over Harry Styles? I don't know what's going to
It's
happen.
one of those things, though, where any traumatizing story for us just ends up becoming an anecdote to write in a book. So that's, it's a good position to be in.
Yeah,
what was it like,
definitely.
and were you so sad over Zayn's exit from the group,
just
considering
came
the
as a
allegation
surprise.
that you make about him in the book, which I would like you guys to share?
Thank you. Well, I had like, because you know how there's like moments where everybody's tweeting about things? I had the most popular tweet on the day of Zayn leaving One Direction.
did?
Which was, how is it possible to live without 1/5 of your heart? Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I spent like 2 hours thinking about it. I'm not going to lie. It was good.
Yeah, I was
it
sad
was
to see him go.
devastating.
But I was also like, good for him.
Yeah.
But also, yeah,
what he does next.
we could just turn this into like a conversation about One Direction if you want. I have opinions.
Well, we have another recorded question from Prince Eileen. Take a look.
Oh, nice.
A real prince.
Hi, Dan and Phil. I just wanted to know, if you could go back in time and tell your younger selves one thing that was going to happen in the future, what would you tell them?
Ooh, I was just talking about this today. That could create a paradox and destroy us all. So maybe don't do that.
It's one of those things where if anything was different, I don't know, just because obviously everything is so fantastic for me and Phil right now that I think like obviously all the pain led to, they say that, it's like
All the pain
everything you
leads to
go
where you
through
go.
makes you who you are today. And like honestly, if any part of my life was successful leading up to this point, then I wouldn't have any funny stories to tell anybody. So I'd have
true.
said, just don't do anything different.
I would actually tell myself to just be less afraid of trying some new things.
Yeah.
Because, like, say when I started university, I was really shy, actually. And there was loads of these clubs, and I was like, oh, I'd love to go to some of these clubs. But I didn't, because I was like, oh, what if no one likes
new
me when I get there? There's new
people,
people.
yeah.
So I'd just be like, Phil, come on, down, stop being silly. You go try something, and you never know. If you don't like it, you can stop going to it or whatever.
Yeah, and I spent that kind of year and a half at law school wondering what I was going to do with my future before, I hit the wall and then decided to, drop out and follow my dreams. And not that that's the answer for everybody, but definitely it's to kind of think about what makes you happy and pursue that with your future.
Yeah.
Well, that is a perfect way to end this interview.
Thank you. We've had a great time.
We're so happy to have you.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much
We appreciate
for
it.
joining.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
And the amazing book is Not on Fire is out now. Go check it out.